Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. Alright, Eric's got this shit. He knows what he's doing. He's got a plan. It is an infallible plan. There's no way this could ever go wrong, except for all of the gaping holes in it.
Sounds perfect.
Okay. Eric is, he doesn't like doing a lot of work. No, he's a lazy person, but at this moment in time, he feels like he's backed himself into a corner through bad decision making, and he's gonna get himself into some trouble if he doesn't, do something about the mercenaries that are here. Kind of spread some rumors that they might be here to rob the people. It could bite him in the ass. So he heads up to the manor house in the night. In fact, he walks halfway. And then to help create the illusion of panic, he runs the rest of the way. And then goes up to the door.
To the manor house.
Yeah, and starts pounding on the door. Sir, His! Help!
Got that name. Alright. The door opens. You see backlit before you. A tall, middle-aged man, the receding hairline.
Sir His?
Yes. What is it, man?
Oh God. I'm a traveler. I'm coming up from far from Cornhole, and yesterday there I heard the mayor talking to some mercenaries, saying something about taking back the land from the Farway that the Farway stole in the war, and I just saw some mercenaries down the road, maybe a few miles out of town, that stopped, or at least they looked like mercenaries. They're a bunch of lanterns down the road, a few miles out of town. I think they're coming for her. I think they're coming up here.
Roll a charisma check.
This is not working. This is panning out less well than it had in my head.
This was the great plan you came up with during our break.
This is the great plan. He rolls a 23.
Mercenaries from Cornhole coming for what?
The mayor said something about taking back the land that you guys stole from him. Derek, right?
That's his brow, and he looks in the eyes, nod. A peaceful man taking back the land.
I don't know. He was getting some mercenaries down from the docks, and I saw him last night drinking and talking about it. They're out of town.
He looks south from his hill and strains in the darkness to see nothing.
I bet you could intercept him before they get to the village. I ran as fast as my legs could carry me because I'm a peaceful. I'm a peaceful man. I got here as fast as I could. I don't want to see no bloodshed. I've seen enough of that in the war.
I appreciate you letting me know. What did you say your name was?
Oh, I don't need no recognition. I don't need no reward.
What did you say your name was?
My name is Ned.
Ned.
My name is Ned.
Thank you, Ned. Where are you staying in town?
I hadn't figured that out. I just ran here. I asked some villagers where your place was. I don't even know where. I ain't never been here before.
Come. You can rest in my parlor while I look into this matter. And he opens the door and steps aside to invite you in.
I look in cautiously. Oh, your lordship, that is a mighty fine offer, but I'm exhausted. I was
Marjorie! He shouts, Marjorie! We have a guest. Can you heat some tea? And do you step inside or do you stand there?
I step inside. Oh God, it's all coming down around my head.
All right. He deposits you in the parlor, which is down like 3 steps, so like slightly below the level of the entryway. It's a modest, steady. There are bookshelves, but only about 3 books. The rest are just like random bits and things on display. He quickly excuses himself.
When Marjorie arrives.
Yeah, so it's like probably several minutes later. A portly young woman enters the room.
Are you
Got a tray with some tea?
Are you Lady His?
Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you. She avoids eye contact and sets a tray on the.
I bow deeply, revealing my balding, my receding hairline and my growing bald spot or thinning spot in the back of my head. It's a pleasure to meet you, Your Lordship, your lady. I'm sorry, I don't know how proper address you.
Yeah, there's a fire lit here in the study.
Is your husband gathering his arms and armor? I hate to send him out risking his life, or I'd hate to put him in a situation where you might end up a widow.
She like meets your gaze for the first time and looks a little bit like shocked.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing again. I don't do so
calm
well.
Calm down. Have some tea. Maybe a biscuit. This is his job. I'm sure it will be fine. Please, I have some things that need attending, but do holler if you need anything. And she excuses herself as well.
You know, whenever I'm a DM, I always think, yeah, I could be a really good liar if I needed to be. But then whenever I'm a player, I'm like, I have no ability to lie whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you? How long are you prepared to wait in the study?
I want to patrol the perimeter of the study. And,
so you get up and you walk around?
Yeah, I just get up and walk around. I keep my eye out for anything that looks like it could be valuable. Not necessarily like
what is appraisal
cash.
Typically based off of?
I think it's probably wisdom.
I think so too.
Double check.
Int. So roll an int check at -5.
Okay. Oh, that's still a fail.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be plus something -5. Supposed to be +9 -5.
Nothing particularly stands out. I mean, like you think that the candlesticks might be made of silver.
Okay. That I definitely keep an eye on those then.
Do you nab one or do you?
No, not yet. I just make a mental note of where they are in the room, so if I need to come by later and nab one of them, I can do so.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a fireplace in here or something?
Yeah, there's a fire already lit. Roll a perception check.
$22.
Okay. You do spot the knight as he's heading towards the door. So like striding down the hall. He has a long sword strapped to his side, and he looks like he's leaving.
Okay. I wait for him to leave the house.
Okay. Do you say anything to him, or you pretend like you don't notice?
I pretend like I don't notice.
Yeah, he leaves.
All right. Once he's like a minute after he's left, I start looking around the house for Marjorie. Get him.
Sure. You left your equipment. You stabled your donkey, right? So what equipment do you have on you?
I have my clothes. I can actually tell you exactly what I have on me. I have clothes, my coins, a key for my locked chest, a water skin, and 3 daggers. 3 daggers.
3 daggers. Okay. Where are the daggers located?
One on my hip, one in my left boot, one in my right boot.
Okay. So pretty nondescript. All right. And you find Marjorie in the kitchen.
Okay.
She's So you peered
Is she with
Yes.
anyone?
Roll a perception check. So, yeah.
17.
That's fine. You can't see anyone, but she's leaning against a cupboard, and she is like speaking. She doesn't appear to have noticed you.
Okay, I will back out then.
You can't see anyone, but you would imagine that she's probably not talking to herself. But you'd never know.
I back out. Is this a single story house or a double story?
It is a single story.
And I've explored.
Aside from like the parlor was sort of set down, but
Right.
so split level. Is that the term for it? Sure.
Is the parlor attached to like the main hall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was like the first room off to your right, or off to your left. Sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what I had in my mind. I guess I walk back towards the parlor slowly, and I look to see if there are any other doors that are open.
None that are open.
Okay.
The kitchen door down towards the end of the hall was open, and then there's a bunch of closed doors down the hall. Not a bunch. There's like 3 closed doors.
I head to one of the middle doors on the opposite of the parlor side. Give a look down the hall towards the kitchen and open the door, step in and shut the door behind me. No, I leave the door open. I open it all the way slowly and step on in.
Okay. You step into a dark room. It appears to be a bedroom, but it's devoid of any character or humanity. You'd guess it's like a guest bedroom.
Oh, okay. I step back out and shut the door behind me. Looking down the hallway again, I just go to the next room over, keep an eye open, hoping that this is the master bedroom, and step in.
Yeah. You open it to reveal a hallway with another door at the end.
Okay. I curse shut the door, head back into the kitchen and go, excuse me, Madam Miss Marjorie? That lady?
Oh, she looks, stepping into the kitchen, you notice that there's a maid, like, cleaning dishes.
I hate to be so rude
Conversation.
and interrupt your ladiness with such a crude problem, but do you have a privy or an outhouse nearby?
Yeah, the first door across from the parlor.
I thought that was a bedroom door. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, just shit in the bed. No, that was the second door. Well, there were like 2 doors across.
No,
there were 3 doors.
I say that to her.
Okay.
I'm trying to like eke out. Oh no, the bedroom's over here from her by.
Okay. And she says, "Oh no. The first door on your right when you come in."
Thank you. I give a bit of a nod and head back down the hallway. Glance over my shoulder, see if anyone's looking, and then I open not the privy door, but the door adjacent to it.
The door adjacent to the privy was the guest bedroom that you walked in.
Okay,
so there are 3 doors in a row. The first one you haven't been in, but was described as a privy. Second one was a guest bedroom. Third one led to a hallway.
Great, then I go into the door adjacent to the parlor, on the same side as the parlor.
There's just the parlor on that side.
All right, so there's the kitchen, 3 on one side, 1 on one side.
Yeah, parlor on the left.
Okay.
Is left for you.
Right. Okay.
Privy, guest bedroom, hallway, kitchen at the end.
All right, I head back into the hallway then. Fuck.
They're both like blatantly staring at you.
Well, I thought. Okay, so they are down looking from the kitchen down the hallway.
Yeah, the kitchen, like, and there's the kitchen is at like the end of the hallway, and the door's open at this point.
All right, well then I go walk in the privy and stand there for a few minutes, and then walk back out, go into the parlor, grab a couple of candlesticks, try and put them in one hand and like hold it behind my wrist, so like, like holding it like this, so that if you see it from the front, it doesn't look quite so much like I'm holding it. And then back my way towards the front door and go, thank you for your hospitality, I'll be going now.
Who are you
Appreciated the cookies and tea.
Goodbye.
You're awful kind, ladies and gentlemen.
You
And
see Marjorie's head peering from like down the hall out the kitchen.
I open the door and make my way out, shut it behind me, and then run back to the tavern as fast as my little legs will carry me.
All right. You go running back to the tavern.
All right.
2 silver candlesticks in hand.
All right, when I get to the tavern, I look for the stables. I gotta hide these suckers on Wallace right away.
You dastardly villain. On Wallace? Who's Wallace?
It's my donkey.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, the stables are right next to the...
Beautiful. I look for the saddlebags, my saddlebags, probably in his stable section.
Mm-hmm.
And tuck the candlesticks into the saddlebags. And then I open the door to the tavern in Piran, looking for Sir Hiz.
Sir Hiz is not there. The mercenaries still are.
Okay.
They're sort of drinking and eating amongst themselves.
Are they hanging out? Are the mercenaries with Reach, or is Reach separate from his men?
Reach is with the men. Yeah. Yeah. As you're watching, you do see him get up though, and he walks over to the.
That's my time to move. I move in.
Okay.
In his absence,
Yeah, it looks like he went up to go get another round of drinks or something. Okay.
Yeah. So I go up to the mercenaries.
Okay.
And I say, gentlemen, if I'm not mistaken, you are the mercenaries I saw back in Cornbrook?
Yeah, there's the 2 men that you saw like your very first night.
Those are the 2 I'm talking to.
Yep. And then there's also the woman who was with Reach. Yeah, so it's just the 3 of them. Actually, no, the fourth is there. Yeah. The man with the curved sword.
Gentlemen, could I perhaps buy a minute of your time? And I put a silver coin on the table.
The woman interjects and says, "Depends." She puts her hand on the silver coin.
Ma'am, I was speaking to the gentleman, and I would only like to talk to them for a minute in private. I am not here to interrupt your deal.
She sort of cocks a head.
Gentlemen, I have some mercenary talk that we need to discuss as a fellow mercenaries, and I point to my dagger at my side.
There's a chuckle from the two guys from the cornhole.
I leave the silver on the table and step back towards the door.
The woman has taken the silver by now.
Whatever.
And she turns to. So where do you put yourself?
I walk away from the table towards the door and look back towards the mercenaries. Like, are you coming?
They kind of scratch their heads and stare at you. I don't understand what you're trying to do. I don't know how my NPCs are supposed to understand what you're trying to do.
I'm just trying to talk to these guys. Away from the woman who's at the table with them.
The woman is. Okay.
The woman is with Reach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want the 2 mercenaries alone from the others who hired them. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to isolate the 2 mercenaries from Cornhole, so I can speak to them.
It isn't where. I mean, the woman is the one who took the silver.
I know, which is unfortunate. Like, I gave them the silver, and then she took it, and I'm like,
you put it on the table, and
Yeah, but I was talking to them, and she took it, so it's an awkward situation.
You approached a group and put a coin on the table in between them. So you're walking towards the door, making meaningful eyes at.
Yeah, and kind of like a come here.
I think the woman sort of comes towards you. She sends a meaningful glance over her shoulder and and says, "What are you getting at?"
Excuse me, ma'am. I was really hoping to speak to the two gentlemen with you.
They work for me, she says.
Well, I know this won't interest you because you are headed northward. I have some news about their homeland that I was hoping to discuss with them in private so as not to cause a stir. But if you insist on butting into their business...
You're paying people silver to relay news?
I was trying to be polite, but...
At this point, Reach has, caught on, has noticed you guys and is walking over with,
all falling apart.
with ales or mugs of ale in his hand. He's, "Hey, it's our old friend."
I kind of keep my head ducked and go, "Oh, hey, Reach."
Actually, okay. Yeah. "Where do I know you from?" he says as he hands you a mug of ale. "You look familiar."
Yeah, we met just south of Cornwall.
"I don't recall."
I don't either. Not at all.
"Pull up a chair. Could use some friendly company. This lot here," and whispers, "most unfriendly damn town I've ever stepped foot in."
Well, I
love to share.
I come up to the table with him, and I lean in.
"Boys, this is my old friend."
Hold on. I got something to say here. And I lean in close. Rumor has it, and this might explain why everyone's being so unfriendly here, is that the knight of this town, Sir Hiz, just headed south towards Cornwall, armed. Rumor is here that someone's stirring for a fight, and seeing as you two are from that area, I thought you might want to know before the night goes down and, cuts your family to bits. But look how unfriendly they are to you guys. They said the same thing to me.
Roll a charisma check.
Plus 14. Ooh, no go.
Yeah. One says, "Ain't got no family," and the other says, "Why? What the hell's one night gonna? You're talking nonsense."
Look, man, I'm just. You say people aren't friendly around here?
You're paranoid. You need a drink. And yeah, did you take the ale that he handed you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. Well, you need another drink, and he tips it up, gets you drinking, and it's back down. You join them, or do you?
The plan to get the knight and the mercenaries to go fight and maybe kill each other, or at least get the hell out of here, has failed. I was gonna try and separate the mercenaries from this pack so I could maybe attack the pack again later. Now I'm stuck talking to these people, and I've stirred up trouble. I ain't got nowhere to go with it.
Well, the two mercenaries from Cornwall are kind of giving you the stink eye.
All right. I chat for a little while, but when I'm done with my beer, I'm gonna excuse myself to go to bed.
Okay. Well, when you're about halfway through your beer, the door. Actually, let's.
God.
Should have already been playing tavern music, huh?
I've supplemented it with.
Okay.
Other stuff.
Fine. You're about halfway through, maybe 3/4 through your beer, because Reach was kind of pressuring you to drink faster. The door bursts open, and who should walk in?
I keep my head ducked low.
With the knight.
Keep my head ducked low.
He strides in, looks around. What townsfolk are left kind of go silent. It's pretty obvious where the mercenaries are.
Got him at their table!
Sir Hiz strides over to you and the mercenaries.
I keep looking down. I don't make eye contact. I don't look at him. I try not to draw attention to myself.
All right.
Is he on my right side or my left side or in front of me or behind me?
You guys are sort of in the back left from the door's perspective. I mean, where would you have positioned yourself around the table?
I wouldn't have
door,
cared
facing the
up
door.
until this very moment where now I want
Okay,
my back to be
so-
to the door. But that's what I want now. That has
Okay,
no bearing on what I
I'll
would
roll
have done
for
before.
it. You are facing the door with your left side towards the door, so you're probably one of the first that sees him walk in.
All right,
So
well then I turn and look to my right and kind of lean my head on my hand.
Okay.
And
Right,
when
so-
he comes,
Yeah.
if he comes to the table, I'm gonna try and do the get up and walk around so that my back goes to him and mutter something like, "I'll get another round of drinks," and try and just, going this way.
Sure.
I don't know if I
Okay.
can pull it off though.
The knight doesn't appear to pay you much mind, and he walks over to the table of the mercenaries, and you're.
All right,
you boys from Cornbrook?
I walk away from the bar and just head to my room.
Okay. Okay.
But I'll stop and listen from a door, stairwell, or a hallway, or whatever's out of sight where I can maybe listen into the back to the other side.
Sure. Okay. I think you're gonna have trouble listening in on the conversation. Stairway is on the. The stairway is on the far side of the room.
All the people are gone though, right? Most of the townsfolk.
There's a few that had stuck around. They went silent when the sheriff walked in, and actually, most of their attention is on the conversation.
So I'm hoping that it's kind of quiet in the room that I
Yeah,
might.
so
be
you
able
hang
to-
out by the staircase, by the base of the staircase, and
Yeah.
continue to listen. Yeah. Yeah. There's the sheriff says, "So you boys from Cornbrook?" Rooch replies, "Yeah. Just got in this evening." It's like, You coming to my town looking to stir up some trouble? And reaches, No. We're escorting a wagon north towards Seagate. Are ya? Well, I heard some reports otherwise. Some trouble. There's some boys coming through looking for trouble. You're mighty armed for a night out on the tavern. It's like, well, these are tough times. It's like, man's got a right to defend himself and to hire help and the knight interrupts. He's like, I'll be doing the talking. Do you continue?
Yeah, you don't have to roleplay with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can give me the cliff notes or the end result here. Unless you want to. I mean, I would love to see Ryan have a conversation with himself. It's nice being on the other side of the table from that.
You're way better at it than I am. No, I don't. The trouble doesn't break out unless you'd like to interject. The sheriff gives him a stern talking to. Reach does not do a very good job of talking his way out of it. He talks to the sheriff about in these tough times we gotta love one another, and that rubs the sheriff the wrong way, and so there's some awkwardness, some misunderstanding, but it doesn't come to blows. The sheriff more or less he's like, I'm gonna keep my eye on you. Don't cause any trouble. But Reach more or less says we're just passing through, escorting a wagon caravan.
Cool. So
Eventually the sheriff leaves. And you scurry upstairs.
Yeah, I scurry upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I will go find Reach in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll find Reach in the morning. I got an idea.
All right. Following morning, early, you find Reach and the other mercenaries sort of outside the tavern, waiting for the drivers or whatever to get the oxen lashed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's an oxen and a donkey.
I head over to Reach and go,
Two
hey,
donkeys, actually, a 2-donkey cart.
hey, Mr. Reach. You know, you never told me what it was you were moving north.
Hey, aren't you? You're that lad from last night. Took off as soon as the trouble started.
Well, that's how you stay out of trouble. Anywho, I was
Yeah. You're having a more or less private conversation with Reach, but you see the other mercenaries that do notice you, giving you kind of the stink eye. They probably put the pieces more together.
Yeah.
Reach seems a little oblivious, at least to this particular. Yeah, I don't much ask what we transport. Why does it matter?
Oh, I thought you might have been a merchant, and I was gonna see if I could. I'm a little short on cash, but I got some valuables I was hoping to sell. But since I'm in such a pinch, I was gonna see if I could sell them to you for on the cheap, and you could sell them for the full price up north. I'm running low on money, you know how it goes. But if you're not a merchant, you're just a transporter.
Nah, not really my business.
Well, shit.
I'm a man of the roads.
That's unfortunate. Here I was hoping to give someone well, not hoping to give a good deal, but willing to give a good deal to make some cash myself. You don't have a few... I bet a man like you wouldn't be interested in this anyway. Alright. Shit, there goes my way to sell my 2 silver candlesticks. I am not selling those around town. You know, I wouldn't, but Eric might. Eric is kind of... Alright. I'll separate myself from Reach and see if there's a silversmith in town.
I think there's probably just the one
Blacksmith?
Just one general smith.
Alright, I'll go find the blacksmith that day then. And say, Mr. Smith, hey, I was hoping we could make a deal. I got some bits of silver that I'm willing to sell for their weight in silver. I don't know how much they're worth after they've been shaped and decorated, but maybe.
You mean coins?
Yeah, I pull up one of the silver candlesticks and be like, "This is all that I got left for my dear Poppy, who passed away, and willing to sell off the last bits of what he earned in order to feed myself, but I ain't got no way to sell it to someone who will pay me real coins, so how much can I mean, it's clearly worth more than its weight in silver, so will you give me its weight in silver for
Sure, I can give you the weight in silver for this.
Alright, I hand him both candlesticks then.
Oh, a set. Alright. He eyes them, doesn't appear to recognize what they are, where they're from.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't make them. And even if he did, he's probably made a lot of these things in his lifetime.
Yeah. Sure, I can give you... let me... The guys, they probably don't have scales. They would have...
They have scales.
Blacksmith? Maybe he would, if he deals with other metals. Yeah, so he goes and he weighs them. I can give you 200 silver for the pair of them.
Done. I take the silver, shake his hand.
Yeah, you're probably sweating it as he takes his time counting out the coin.
And I also try and buy a dagger from him if he's got one for sale.
Yeah, sure, you can buy a dagger.
That's 2 gold. 20 silver. All right, I am up to 237 silver from a starting point of 104. I have more than doubled my liquid assets. And I got a bedroll. And I have a rapier. Ooh. As I'm about to head off and take out, I hold up the rapier and go, say, Sir Smith, you wouldn't want a rapier for half price, would you? I didn't figure you'd deal in this sort of thing, but
A rapier? Where'd you
yeah.
go getting something like that?
Well, I told you my pappy died, and
You hand it to him to inspect?
yeah, them candlesticks were the last bit of wealth he had. But he also had the rapier, and I point to the donkey and that shield and that short sword.
Roll a charisma check.
But the shield and short sword are mine. Rapier was his. So I don't need this thing anymore. And I don't even know how to use it. 18.
Your pappy, you say,
My pappy.
left y'all these things. Rapier still in his hand. He walks back over to the candlestick, which he had left on the table.
Uh-oh. I overreached. But that's who Eric is. He's lazy.
Pappy left you these candlesticks. And swords?
Well, he was a soldier like
Say.
myself. Candlesticks were his share of the bounty from
Soldier. I don't want no ill-gotten gains.
All sales are final. I walk back to my donkey.
All right.
He's got my rapier though.
Yeah, you leave him standing in the doorway holding your rapier.
Yep. Nope, not taking that. You can have it.
You're guessing he may have started to put some pieces together, but he probably doesn't want to mess with you.
And
So.
he just got a free rapier and some cheap ass candles. So hopefully, hopefully he just leaves it be. God, how much was that rapier worth?
Probably like 30 gold, huh?
15. Okay. Cool. Candlesticks were better sale anyway. Woo! All right. These things done. I'm gonna head northward and look for a spot to bandit.
All right. You find yourself leaving far away around the same time as the caravan. Do you do anything to avoid? You avoid the caravan?
It's the 5 soldiers and the driver.
2 drivers now.
Two drivers and 5
cars.
soldiers. Oh, right,
Yeah.
because there's 2 carts.
Mm-hmm.
Shake my head, and I let them go first because I'm gonna stop halfway between here and the next town and become a bandit again. So I want them ahead of me.
All right. So you kill some time in town.
I kill some time out. Like I leave town like 15 minutes, and then I just like let them pass after I've been waiting 15 minutes outside of town. Just hold my head in shame and say to myself, I was always better at spending money than I was at making it.
All right.
Find a fat, juicy whale. And, yeah. But that's probably all the
Alright.
time we have for today.
Yeah, I guess let's dole out some experience.
Oh, poor Eric. He's so sad.
Yeah, harebrained schemes. So, for goblin-ish, whatever we're going to call them, those 15 or 35? I think they're 15. Oh, no, they're 30. Wait.
There is much
Are
experience.
kobolds only 7 experience? Is that
Kobolds are 7. They
okay?
have D4 HP.
Yeah. So it's 75 for the goblins, another 50 for the bard. Let's see. What else do we how do we want to do experience in this session? Do you want to do like fighter per HP?
Yeah, I would be willing to do whatever. If we want to do the fighter experience level or experience, that'd be cool too.
And as a bandit, I almost feel like GP stolen may be a way to go, but you're not a rogue or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, and money is kind of its own reward.
Yeah.
I'll give you. Let me look at the DM table. You certainly role played your character well. I think too well. You are not obligated to roleplay your character to the point of crippling your chances of success.
Well, that's the fun bit for me, is keep playing a character who is non-optimal, and if he's a stupid enough character to get himself killed, then that's his story. I'm quite comfortable having characters get themselves into trouble.
I'll give you 200 for role play.
Woo!
$10 XP per level per hit die.
Yeah, so if it's 10 hit dice, I get 100 experience at first level, 200 experience at second level, 300 experience at third level.
So that was 3.5. So now you can 30 hit die.
30 hit die or 30 experience?
Yeah. 30 experience, sorry. Not 30 hit die. What do you... I cannot think of any way to give you experience for that whole mess with the knight. I guess you robbed him, but that was kind of no. I mean, you got some money out of it.
Never.
Harebrained schemes.
There's no quest experience, I guess.
You kind of botched the only quest I really gave you.
What was the quest you gave me? Oh, yeah.
Gave you what I thought was a pretty easy mark, and you sent him running with the valuables intact.
Eric doesn't want to kill anyone that he doesn't have to. He's
very much in character. The kind bandit.
He's not a bandit because he's evil. He's a bandit because, he doesn't want to have to work for a living.
All right. So what did we wind up with? Plus your 10% bonus?
335 experience. Plus 10%.
Yeah. But Taco Sunday in chat says, spends hours building an optimal fighter, spends entire session doing terrible at social encounters.
Yeah. So 368.5. We'll just call it 368. 369, 360.
Rounds up to 69.
All right. At this point, it'll only take me another 4 sessions to level up.
Hopefully we'll pick up the pace, but we'll see. And yes, we are off to our second 100 episodes of Dicing with Death with a resoundingly anticlimactic start. But such is life.
Anticlimactic start. Eric is a different sort of character, It's a different sort of role-playing experience.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for Dicing with Death this week. Ryan, do you have any big plans that people should be aware of? Any life goals you're trying to accomplish this week?
Much work. Nothing really to share, though. Yeah. I don't know. You got any shout-outs, or are they all pretty apprised to your goings-on?
I think we got Hardcore Heroes this Saturday, Age of Strife this Sunday, Shenanigans this Sunday, and that's about it. Will we see you for Shenanigans this Sunday, Ryan?
No, I will be in Boise. Dance festival. Blues
I thought
festival.
you said you didn't have anything happening in your life.
So much happening that nothing's happening.
What sort of dance are you festivaling?
It's a blues festival, but I think it'll be all sorts of stuff.
Cool. You taking your girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, you guys have fun, and we'll see you guys in chat later. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.